Secondly, the Europeans divided parents from the children and killed our Moorish parents, then took our identity away from us and enslaved us as Indians, Negroes, black, colored, and any name that elude to slavery. This is how the European here in North, South, and Central America extinguished the ancient Moabite Moors land title. You hear what I'm saying? Rights of the land as aboriginals, indigenous people of the land. We the Moabite Moors are declaiming and proclaiming our national origin and birthright as indigenous of this United States of America. We the ancient Moabite Moors are declaring Maryland as the capital of the Empire of Mexico. In other words, the Empire of the Sun. Islam? We, the ancient Moabite Moors, are demanding for all major rural cities that are inhabited by unconscious and conscious Moors that reside on our sacred land. We, the ancient Moabite Moors, are demanding for all our sacred land that haven't been spoiled, polluted, contaminated by nuclear or chemical waste. We, the ancient Moabite Moors, are demanding for all land the federal state government have in reserve that belong to us. We, the ancient Moabite Moors, are releasing all lien, fee, title, patent, mortgages, grants, and any other land title under assumption to our land. We, the ancient Moabite Moors, are demanding reparation for the enslavement of us so-called Indian, Negro, black, colored, coon, shine, your folks' mind. We, the ancient indigenous Moors, demanding a sum. You have to write these figures down. Write these figures down. A sum of 10, 970, does anybody write it down? 954, 837, 912, 198, 247, 671, 912, 176, 544, 101, 000, 0, Islam has about 21 spaces in there, which will be our first installment in gold, silver, and other natural resources. Islam, and you talking about reparation, they would never be able to pay us for all the damage that they done for us over these years. Now, what I done read here, let me finish reading. Now the caveat, this declaration proclamation demands and charges of notice will be sent to the World Court of Justice in The Hague. And if our land and birthrights aren't restored, the wrath of Almighty God, Allah, or by what name you call him, will bring catastrophes to this earth and destroy whoever is responsible for our delay. We, the ancient Moabite Moors and the ancient Washita Moors of the Midwest, hold the true title to the land here in the United States of America. This notice and order is from the executive rulers of Mexico, Islam, the Mayaks, Axican, the Empire of the Sun. The other names was in parentheses. Now this demonstration is been sent to The Hague. Now The Hague is the World Court, which is in Switzerland. Islam, they wrote me a reply back. You know what they said? They wrote me a reply back and said that they don't deal with individuals. I didn't go to them as no individual. They said they deal with what they call body politics. So out from this Family Day rally, we taking registration. These people owe us so much money, not just here. England owes us money. France, all them European nations owe us money. You hear what I'm saying? Charity starts at home. So you out here today, this ain't no joke. You hear what I'm saying? And don't go sleep on this demonstration lightly. You will be hearing about it from this point on to September the 12th. I just read that some say read it, some say not read it. Why not? Like I said, they already know about it. But this thing is sealed, has already been registered, filed here. By us filing this here, it automatically put a lien on anything that's worthwhile in this country. If we collect it or not, there's a lien on it. Islam? Anybody else? Islam.
You said that the Moors rewrote the Constitution.
Say that again? Yes, right. We're responsible for the Constitution. You can find what I'm saying in the Dred Scott decision. Get the official Supreme Court copy of that transcript of the Dred Scott decision. It was Justice Curtis was the one that was fighting against the Dred. Are y'all familiar with the Dred Scott decision? Yeah. You should be familiar with the Dred Scott decision, and that decision is when Dred Scott was trying to free himself and his family. And he took it to the Supreme Court. It took 11 years to reach that. You hear what I'm saying? 11 years. When he got to the Supreme Court, they said, well, he wasn't recognized as a citizen of the United States. He had to go all the way back to a state court, and the state court released him. In other words, our people are wards of the court. That's why they be demonstrating civil rights. The court has to make a decision, you hear what I'm saying, for us to get any kind of what they would call civil rights. The Constitution is supposed to guarantee us if we are citizens. You hear what I'm saying? That's when the federal government will send somebody in any one of them little towns that's violating our rights. But they violate it because we're not citizens. Right. You see, we still are considered as chattel, property. And we're going to be that way until we change our own status. The first of that is to proclaim who you are. I done sent the demonstration to the world court. All that paperwork, all the little groundwork and stuff has been taken care of. All we have to do is come together as a people, you hear what I'm saying, and let the people know which way we want to go, not the government. Because if that was the case, we'll stay in the same predicament that we in now. So we have to do for ourselves. Set up our own car factories, steel yards, steel mills. You hear what I'm saying? We got to start doing something. Not that lip service and talking and all. And put out a dollar. Don't let a dollar, look, we're supposed to make money. Don't let the dollar rule over you. Take that dollar, pull it together. We're going to have an account for that. You understand? Because our people don't trust each other. And where that money will be designated from certain areas. Plus, that'll cut down a lot of enemies, because money creates enemies. Yes, sir. You see what I'm saying? Supposed to be your best friend. Money get right there. Money, a woman, you hear what I'm saying? Food, and today a car. You mess with them four, you in trouble. Especially a woman, you mess around and get killed. You hear what I'm saying? Especially today, what today? Valentine's Day? God have mercy. Even the dude may not even care that much for that woman, but on this particular day, he done gave her a box of candy, he done gave her a card, and a kiss, and whatever. Now tomorrow might be a different situation, but you better not try today. So we got a lot of work to do. First of all, we got to get together. Not looking for all of 40 million of us getting together. We don't need all 40 million. I'm going to tell you what we need. We can get 100 together. As long as we stick together, we can move mountains. We going for a million, but we talking about a family day rally. You got a million people, was a million more, you understand, at the Million Man March. It was 2 million at the Million Woman March. We organized locally in Maryland. We brought 20,000 out of Maryland. Now we hosting this rally that's going to be here in Washington, D.C., and we're looking for 3 million people. We get 3 million people. The people that come out there, I'm saying, assuming that these are concerned people that want to make a change in their lives and their family lives and their status here in this United States. Then we can use them 3 million, and the rest of them, they can come if they want to. We don't need all of them, you understand, because a lot of crabs there. You know what crabs do. But if you got people that want to do something, then we will be trying to pull each other down as we go, because we're going to raise up together. So this is the main objective for this meeting and the next meetings to come. Next time we're going to have posters and stuff out there to forerun this meeting in different parts of New York City that haven't heard. We want to hit all the radio stations that we can get. We have plenty of airtime down there. We can get on the radio station. Plus we got senators that's with us, because they done ousted a senator out of his. We don't have rallies and all. They know we need to get together here in Baltimore, Maryland. And they have Willie Logan that they kicked out of the senatorship down in Florida. I don't know if y'all been hearing about this stuff. They getting together. So we want to get together and address every issue. Because our vote counts. Our people don't do no voting. We get together and put whoever we want in office. We get together, we can do anything that we want to do. With our Hispanics, West Indians, whatever you call yourself, coons, shines, African Americans, blacks, whatever, come on, let's get together. Roll our sleeves up and let's do something. Ain't got to worry about breaking your neck, going out there punching that clock, getting on that Roman's job. You hear what I'm saying? Because you be doing what? You be working for yourself. So this is what this demonstration is all about. Now if you're a lazy person, don't want to work at all, then you satisfied. You might be out there fleecing the people, trying to outslick them. You hear what I'm saying? Playing games on their own people. Now they are our enemies. Our own people. Our biggest enemy is not the Europeans, it's our own people anyway. They're the ones that's basically going to want to, well, what's the good of a rally? They're the same ones saying, what's the good in voting? You hear what I'm saying? So it's time to do something. And this is why we're here. Slum.
As more we vote?
Huh?
Moors vote?
Well, I vote. You know why I vote? Because I know the significance of voting. Not only that, I'm an officer of the state. You know, I'm a notary. See, you got to be, if you're going to change something, no underdogs can't do no changing. You hear what I'm saying? You got to be in the mainstream. If you want to say you want an Asiatic or Moorish president, then you got to have some Moors in what? In Congress. You got to have them there. Slum. Because this government was found, this Constitution, we wrote it. The government that we operating in is our government. But it's only one thing. So they sold this government out in 33 under that New Deal. That's what we need to re-educate our people about. In 1933, well, it goes back before then when they first set up the Federal Reserve in 1913. That is a foreign corporation. You know the Federal Reserve is a foreign corporation here. It's not a part of the United States government. The IRS is not a part of the United States government. The IRS is a collection agent for the world bankers. You know that, right? Okay. That's another good reason why you shouldn't be paying tax. But if you all see, this is a thing that you call courtesy. If you put your signature on something, then you done obligated yourself. There's a lot of papers that you done signed. You done signed them. You done basically put yourself in there. See, taxes is a volunteer thing. They don't force you to do nothing. And in our particular case, it's the norm. Everybody do it. So you know, follow the lead of demonstration. So that's the case that we're in now. But in 29, J.P. Morgan first set this thing up back there in 1913, dealing with the Federal Reserve. 1914, he went, and the rest of the world banks went to start the First World War. Then he lent the United States $40 billion to fight the war. Then in 1929, he come back for his money in gold, not no Federal Reserve notes, because they had gold certificates and silver certificates. Wow. You could take that piece of paper, go to a bank, and they would give you a gold coin or a silver dollar, or whatever that paper was worth. Then you could cash it in. And then after that, In 29, he went back for his gold. You hear what I'm saying? The $40 million, the United States said they didn't have it. They took all the gold. The United States went bankrupt, right? And that's what they call the Great Depression came on board. And then, right there, in 33, ain't nobody had no money. So the New Deal came in. They say, well, turn the United States over to us. They made a corporation out of the United States. The World Bankers split it up. It became stock. Some got this part of the United States, some got that. But all of us was included. We became subjects. Citizen, that word was good one time, became equivalent to a slave. You hear what I'm saying? To pay this what? This deficit. Because we owe the world bankers. You can never pay a debt with a debt. Look at that dollar bill. The dollar bill is debt money. Look at that dollar bill. It's written right there on the dollar. Right on the dollar right there. It says, this note is a legal tender for all debt, public and private. This is debt money. The original dollar bill, like I said, used to have silver certificate over the top. When it got Federal Reserve, you could take it to the bank and get a silver dollar. This long.
You know, the same dollar bill is also the Moorish symbol.
Oh yeah, well they got both of them. The pyramid, you're talking about the seal right here. Right, well this is the United States, the seal. It was founded, the Moors, this is the Moors government. So quite naturally they're going to put our seal on there. The eagle was ours too. The eagle was here under the great law of peace. All of this stuff was functioning. Right. See, we don't look to the pyramids in the east. You got more pyramids here in North, South, and Central America than any place in the world. Especially up and down that Mississippi Valley. And all you got them up here in New York State. All up in New England. They call them mounds. The Washington Post had a big write-up in the paper about the pyramids and stuff that's all out there in the lower Illinois. You'd be surprised what's here in this United States right here that they don't cover up. In 1909, the Smithsonian Institute excavated what they call Egyptian city. You hear what I'm saying? In the Grand Canyon. But you won't hear nothing about it. They deny it to the day, but we got articles on it that was written in the Phoenix Gazette. No, 1909. So it's a lot of stuff. They buried us. And that's the way they want us to stay. The only thing that usually what they bury is something that they consider is dead. That's right. So that's what they all considered us to be. Now it's time for us to resurrect, and that's why the name of our rally is the resurrection in the valley of the dry bone. Now you read that chapter in Ezekiel, when that demonstration, it was a question asked, can these bones live? The bones is representing us as a nation. And the voice replied, Lord God, thou knowest. And I know they can live because it's going to take the truth to put life back in them, to wake them up. So I'm going to say Islam and peace on that. And how much time do we have?
We got another half an hour. We confirm it now. We're trying to confirm it now. So let's go on and talk until we confirm it.
Okay. You want to make time so our visitors and stuff out here can break bread and we can get out here on time. Islam.
I read an article about a month ago. They were talking about the New York area, the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island and everything.
Right.
All this whole area was nothing but, it was like a jungle. Lions, tigers, we had bears, we had beavers. We had everything here. We had, it was all just like Africa. Right here.
Islam.
The North Gate of Africa right here. And the indigenous people
right.
living here.
Mexican.
Yeah, the indigenous people were living here, and the article was written by Europeans. And Europeans, he stressed the fact that, that how the European people came and just destroyed everything that was here. Destroyed and made it to their likeness, and all of a sudden they own everything.
Well, it's time for tables to turn. We know that Jesus said you reap what you sow. And in other words, what goes around comes around. But see, we had did so much evil in the past that it took a lot of time for our time to actually equal up the evil that we did to the good. Now their time is declared out. When the prophet came on the scene in 1913, he declared their time out. It is officially out, and they know it. It's time for us to get back where we were at. Not say right back on top. It's going to the beginning, ain't nothing but the end. And the end ain't nothing but the beginning. It's a lot of work had to be put in what we talking about doing. It ain't like somebody can come and give us anything. We're going to have to get out there and work. It's like we work for that European, we can go out there and work for ourselves. Is that right? Well, that's what we're going to have to be doing. Islam.
Brother, how do you feel about Master Muhammad?
Huh?
Master Muhammad. When I come across the brothers in the Nation of Islam,
Farad?
yeah, they said that Master Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad was the first one to bring Islam to America, but I told them that's not correct.
That's not true.
The only two brothers I know brought Islam to America was Noble Drew Ali and Sheikh Dawood.
Right. Look, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey was a Muslim when he came in, because you know Marcus Garvey, they called him a West Indian Muslim. And this article was in a magazine in 1970. Plus we got pictures of them. We got pictures of them with Elijah Muhammad on the pictures in 1929. And it's a brother up there, Islam. Now this picture right here on the second convention got Elijah on in 1929. And according to what Elijah was telling his members back there, that Farad Muhammad came and knocking on his doors as a door-to-door salesman selling rugs and so forth, and he selected him as to be the prophet. But that's not so. Elijah Muhammad come out of the Moorish Science Temple. Now this picture was taken in 1929.
On State Street, right?
Huh?
Somewhere in New York, right?
No, this picture was taken in Chicago, Illinois, on the south side. Matter of fact, it was right there close to his Pythian Hall. They used to demonstrate up there.
Would you like to come up and see it, brother?
Huh?
What is the picture of? All members of the Moorish Science Temple?
Well, they weren't all the members, but that was a convention, the ones that could make that convention. No, this is in Chicago, Illinois. This is not State Street. On the end right there. Now hold this picture, brother, so you can see that right there. I got one that blew up a little larger than that. So
That's a lot Muhammad there.
see this here? See this picture here? This picture right here I had blew up. It deals with this end right here. See that right there? They put an X on the wall right there so people would know that that was Elijah Muhammad. This picture's been blew up for that corner right there. Let him see it too. Yeah, that's the end right here. Is that part of it has been blew up so people could see that was Elijah Muhammad when he was a young man. Right, 1929. See this right here? Wait a minute. You see it on that brother? Here go dead. Here go. That's Paul Brown. Right there. That's him right there. This Daddy Grace right there. They try to point him out and ink fell on him right there. But that's him. They were marking him on the picture for people. Now I blew this up because somebody said, well, I can't see Elijah. So I blew that, had that blew up, and that's him right there. And they put an X on the wall back on the top of his head to make sure people knew that was Elijah. That's 1929 before the Nation of Islam even started.
Make sure I got the camera on.
This was in Chicago.
No, you can say that, brother.
Right. We had pictures of the first and second convention. The first convention was 1928. Don't let nobody fool you. The Noble Drew Ali brought the Islamic creed back to us in 1913. That's a long way from 1930. For Farad Muhammad, they got a picture with Farad Muhammad with the fairs and stuff on in 1934. The brother in Newark, New Jersey. Next time I come up here, I may have that picture. Farad was in the Moorish Science Temple. He was the first one that jumped up and said that he was the reincarnated prophet. Okay, my time is up. But let us break bread and eat, and I hope y'all get something out there. But we do have them pictures right there. They work right there. They $15 a piece. If you ever get interested, you got the phone numbers, and you have my address. You can get copies of them pictures. You say what? Huh? Oh, Leo. Yeah, Leo. Leo Wine. Yeah, that's a 3-volume book. Go to one of them universities, you're gonna love that. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, thank you. Thank you for coming out. My time is up now.
All right, thank you, Brother Jerome Graham-Bey.
I really appreciate y'all coming out here.
Thank you.
We're going to be having Dr. Brock coming up this way pretty soon. If you haven't signed a mailing list, please do, because that way we can try to keep everybody up to date on different programs that we have and try to keep our people somewhat up to date on what's going on. It's very important that we communicate and be aware of what's happening, and not saying we incriminate ourselves all because of the fact that we are not aware of what's going on up in the system as far as us as people. So please put your name on the mailing list so that way we can keep in contact with you. All right, peace. Get some food in the back on the side if you want to have something to eat.
Hey, get something to eat for you, Jay, man. Yes, man. What do you have? Some of it. Oh. That's beautiful. I didn't get a chance.